guys, it's me, Cindy G, and I'm back here with another video. I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm back now. Okay, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, you should definitely hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video, you should like it and definitely share, okay? So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about ways to protect your hair until the next time you plan on getting a relaxer. Okay, now I know that is a very, very, very long time, and within that time it's very hard to maintain your hair and keep it long, healthy, and moist. But what I'm going to show you what I do to keep my hair in a protective style, and I'll also talk to you guys a little bit about the other protective styles that other people use that might be better for you. Okay, so right now my hair is in like a protective style. This is what I consider a protective style. Okay, this is kind of like a low maintenance protective style, you know what I mean, where you have to like do some daily care to your hair every day, but there's also styles where you don't have to, do so much care, but we'll talk about that in a second. But this is the style that I use when I go to work and I keep my hair up like this all day. And the way that I do this protective style is I'm taking my hair out. I have my hair up in a bobby pin. Okay, this is all I use to keep my hair in a protective style. All right, and every morning and every night I just take some grease before I like comb my hair, because the roots of your hair, like the new growth, like for me is very dry, so I always have to keep my scalp and my new growth moisturized. So I just take whatever oils or grease that you're accustomed to using, that works good for your hair, that's what you use. I use the Iso Plus castor oil, like I told you guys before in previous videos. I use that, and I just make sure I grease my scalp. And it's been about, I think, 2 months now since I've last relaxed my hair, which was, I think, like August 24th. And right now I'm doing this video. Today is like August the 25th, I think. No, or the 26th. I don't know. It's the 25th or the 26th. That's sad. I can't remember. I was asking people at work all day, like, what's today's date? Because it's like, I feel like the year is just flying by. But anyway, I just make sure I grease my scalp. All right, whatever, grease that you guys use, just grease your scalp like this. All right, make sure you get through all your hair like that. And I just take my comb, and you can even hear like, it is kind of dry, but you got to remember, you got to take your time to comb through your hair. Now, if you find that it's like tangled a little bit, you could just start from the bottom and work your way up. But I find when you keep your hair up and not moving around and not being manipulated all over the place, it keeps your hair, very protected, and it's a lot easier to comb through. And I don't really have any hair like coming out, because I always keep my hair moisturized, you know what I mean? All right. And then if you want, which I sometimes do, I just take my brush and I just brush it through, because I think it's also important to like spread the oils through your hair, and the natural oils, you know what I mean, that your scalp produces. I think it's important to like brush all that or comb it through your hair. Okay, so after I comb it, I like to just like brush it through. So if I was going to work in the morning, I would put my hair like this. Okay. Then I would just take my fingers and I roll my hair under like this. And then I take my hairpin and I just slide it across. So it almost looks like I have like a little bob, you know, but the ends are protected and it's not out on my back, like being brushed and forth. Because like when you leave your hair out, because I know it's very tempting, guys, you know, like once you get a little bit of length, you want to like kind of show it off and be like, my hair's growing a little bit, you know what I mean? You want to leave it out. But you know, it's okay once you get it relaxed, you know, to do that for like the first week or whatever, the first week or two, because your hair could kind of like take it, you know, because everything's like the same texture. So it's a lot stronger when it's the same texture. But once the the new growth starts like kicking in, like I don't know if you can see this right here. You see all that new growth? It's like it makes it more difficult to like take care of your hair. It's like, oh my God, like what's going on? Like I can't even get my hair to cooperate the way I need it to. So I find the best way is once you're at that stage where you're soon gonna need a relaxer, but you don't need it just yet, but it's hard to like take care of your hair and stuff like that. Even then, like I always just keep my hair up like this, you know, where it's not being moved around or being manipulated, and where it could be damaged and shedding and cause breakage. Okay, now when I go to sleep at night, okay, you could like just, if you want to, you could just keep your hair like that and just, you know, sleep on like a silk or satin pillowcase, you know. But if you want to make sure you really keep it protected, you know, like I said, you could, in my other video, you could get a silk or satin hair bonnet, and you make sure you can just, you know, put that over your head before you go to sleep, and you could tuck your hair in, and, you know, you're good to go. You know, if you're worried about like how your hair is gonna look when you're like pressed up on it, my thing is this: when I wake up in the morning, I take my hair out and I do the same routine that I just showed you guys. Like I just, you know, put the grease through my roots and everything, and, you know, throughout my hair, and then I comb it through like a little bit, like, you know, and pin it back up, put my shower cap on, hop in the shower, you know, when I get out, take off the shower cap, and, you know, take my pin out, brush my hair through one more time, because sometimes like from the steam and everything and from the shower, like I don't know about you, but the front of my hair and the back, like always it tends to get wet no matter what, how I am in the shower. It's probably from the steam because I love a hot shower, but you know, that always like gets a little bit wet. So I try to like comb and brush it through and put my hair back up in that protective style. Okay, now let's say if throughout that time you do have to like go out somewhere special and you want to have your hair like looking kind of nice but still keep it somewhat in a protective style where you don't have to do that much damage, and you, like for me, my go-to style is to put my hair up in a high bun. Okay, so if you do a style like that, like where you have to like comb your hair or brush your hair up like in a high bun or whatever, you know what I mean? And you know, most of the time you want to use like those elastic hair bands, like those are like a no-no. But if you have to use them, you know, the best ones to use are the ones that are like the silk or the satin covered ones. Okay, you don't want to use let me see, I have an example of the ones you shouldn't use. Wait, I'll be right back. Okay, like this is a no-no. Okay, this one will like pull your hair out. Like I still even have hair on it from like the last time I was desperate and used it. But I don't recommend using this. Okay, this is gonna pull your hair out. If you have to use some type of rubber band that's elastic or something like that, like you need to get a scrunchie that is silk. Like I bought this one like off of Amazon. It says pure silk scrunchie. And it has like the elasticity that I need to keep my hair nice and tight without like really damaging my hair, okay? And then they also have different ones, like this one I got like on Walgreens. This one was like a satin one, you know, and it still has elasticity if you want to like have to like put your hair up in a scrunchie if you're a scrunchie kind of person. But for the most part, I only use that if I'm putting it up like in a style and I need it nice and tight just for that evening, and then I'll take it out, you know, because for the most part I just like to keep my hair, you know, moisturized. And if you don't want to flip it like this and use the hairpin, you could also use one of the flexi rods that I mentioned before, like how I keep my hair in a like curled style. Like the flexi rod one, you could just do like the same thing but with all your hair, you know what I mean, like wrapped around it. And you could just wrap it up like that to the top of your head so that the back is up. So when if you want to sleep on your back, it's not a problem. And you could take your satin cap and slap it right up on top, you know, and go to sleep. And you'll be comfortable. Like I said, the rod is comfortable. You don't even feel like it's there, and you can sleep and toss and turn. And this is like so fitted that you don't have to worry about it sliding off your head. You know what I mean? So as far as other protective styles, you know, I know like they consider like the style that I did is like a low manipulation style, you know, because I'm doing like a little bit of manipulation by combing through it and doing stuff to it on a daily basis, but not throughout the whole day, you know. But some that are considered like no manipulation are like styles that are like, you know, if you get some cornrows, or if you get some box braids, or if you get some like, you know, twists or anything like that, that is like no manipulation, because you're not moving your hair around because it's already like in a style, you know. But it also depends on how much manipulation you're doing to actually get your hair into that style and taking it out, you know. Like you have to consider that, like, because with styles like that, like you don't want to leave them in your hair for too long, you know. The longer, like if you leave it in too long, like I think like, I don't know, like 6 weeks, I think that's kind of like pushing it. Like, you know, like styles like that, you should keep it in for like the most like a month. I know even people sometimes push it more than that, but because, you know, once you get it, it looks nice, and if you pay money for it, you know, you don't want to like waste your money by having it just for a little while. But I don't think it's worth it if you're trying to like grow your hair long and have it and retain some length, if you're losing your hair once you're taking it out of those styles, you know. And the thing is, even though you're not doing too much manipulation, you should still do some care to it, you know. Like make sure you like grease your scalp. If like you have some braids or cornrows, make sure you grease your scalp, grease your braids, you know. Get some oil, sheen, or get some oils and spray it, or individually grease each of the braids, or you know, massage around the cornrows, or like, you know, put some oil around the scalp. And also make sure you try to wash or rinse through your hair a little bit. You notice it's getting too much grease or dirt or dandruff or anything like that, and if it's that much, then you need to just take that style out and get a good wash and deep conditioner, okay, and let your hair rest for a little bit before you go putting it into another style, you know. I know some people too like have like some cornrows or whatever style underneath and have like a wig or whatever over it. But even if you do that, like when you get home and you take off your wig and you have your cornrows or whatever, get some grease, get some oil, spray it up in that bad boy, you know what I'm saying, massage everything through, so that when you do take it out, your hair's not as dry and brittle. You know what I mean? I feel like your hair still needs some oils to keep it moisturized. All right. So I think I kind of covered everything that I do to keep my hair protected. I know it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but I find when you don't do as much with your hair, like when you just like have less manipulation, which is like moving it around and having it like touching up stuff and moving on your back and everything, like I find like your hair does grow longer, and because you're retaining the length, you know, that's why it's growing longer. It's not that your hair is growing faster, you know, it just it has this average rate that it grows, but the fact that you're retaining the length and protecting your ends, that's the most important part. So make sure you grease your scalp and your ends, especially during the changing of the seasons and the months and all this climate change. I know where I'm at, you never know what the weather's going to be. One minute it's freezing and you need a leather jacket, and then the next day you have a jean jacket on, or you don't even need one, you have a t-shirt. So I don't know, but anyway, let me know what you guys think of this video, okay? And like I said, if you like it, hit the like button, share, and definitely subscribe if you haven't. And if you have subscribed, I will see you guys next time to the next video that I have. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.